So I've been feeling pretty blah lately, and I wanted to have an excuse to completely transform myself from top to bottom and dress up for a totally made up occasion. A couple months ago, I did a video where I asked you guys to send me completely made up scenarios, and I told you to go as crazy as you wanted to go. And then I chose different outfits depending on the scenario, and it was so much fun. So I asked you guys to send me all of your suggestions over on Instagram, and it seems like a lot of you want to see me engaged. So do I. No, I'm just kidding. Because every second suggestion that you guys send over has something to do with an engagement. And listen, okay, I'm here for it. I like that idea. And we're getting a little bit more specific because I was very much inspired by Diana's response, who said that she wanted to see an Amalfi Coast engagement. So I feel like because in this imaginary scenario, I'm getting engaged on the Amalfi Coast, it's a little extra spicy, a little extra fancy, and I like that. So I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly what I would wear, what my hair would look like, and what my makeup would look like if I knew I was getting engaged on the Amalfi Coast. I love that for me. So we are going to start this transformation off with the hair. We are actually taking this kind of to the next level because I'm not so good at doing my own hair. I know how to do 2.5 hairstyles. I wanted to bring my friend Maddie in to do my hair for me because she is a professional hair artist. I mean, maybe in this pretend scenario, I have a glam squad. I love that for me too. Before Maddie got here, she asked me what my current hair situation was, and yeah, this is it. We have a special guest.
Hi, my name is Maddie. I am one half of the Alper sisters. I am a hairstylist, and today I'm going to be doing Jamie's engagement hair.
First of all, I have a question. Have you ever had somebody call you specifically because they're like, I know I'm getting engaged, can you please do my hair?
1000%.
Really?
That happened to me one time when the person was like very certain, because people usually have an idea.
What kind of hair did they do?
Probably just like down waves, very natural.
Yeah.
You know, the classic.
So we're doing something different because this is something I can't do myself. Bella Hadid here.
We're snatching Jamie.
Oh my God, I want a facelift.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So let's just get started. Okay. So right now my hair is very, 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 very frizzy and just kind of not really straight, not really wavy, not really curly. So like, what do you do first to prep?
So the first thing I'm going to do to prep her hair is a little bit of a blow dry, and I'm going to be using this Bumble and Bumble Prep because it's going to hydrate the hair and take away a lot of the frizz when I do the blow dry, and especially when you're wearing your hair up and really sleek back, like tight on the scalp, you can get a lot of little cowlicks in between. So we want to make sure everything's smooth as possible. So I'm going to be blow drying everything back in the direction that I'm going to be pulling up the hair.
Also, I was considering, since this is supposed to be on the Amalfi Coast, maybe there's some humidity.
Yeah.
And if my hair was down and wavy, it would become a frizzy mess immediately.
Horrible.
So this would actually be the ideal hairstyle for me because I won't have to worry about my hair getting all crazy.
The next part is, in the photo, pretty much everything is pulled back. And then the way that they get that little separation in front is you add those pieces after, which is actually pretty good for Jamie because she's got these little bangs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, people are always pulling in and then trying to do it all at the same time. Sections.
Ooh,
So
good tip.
we're going to take those out.
Hot tip.
Gonna grab those a little bit before the ear. If you turn this way, I'm taking this part next to the ear because I also want that really slick back. So then we're only gonna have to work with these two pieces in the front. If you are doing this yourself, just go with your fingers. You could tip your head down to see if the separation's at the same point. And if it's not even, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna know. So the first thing I'm going to be putting in Jamie's hair is this Color Wow Pop and Lock High Gloss Finish.
Ooh.
So I love that sheen that the hair gives off when you do the sleek look. You always get that sheen when your hair is greasy. So if your hair is greasy, it's perfect.
Skip this step.
So if you were to put enough of this in your hair, you could literally make it look wet. But I kind of just want that shine. Another way that you could do this without using a product like this is just putting a little bit of oil in your hair. So I'm going to be taking my Mason Pearson brush, but I like this brush because it has fine hairs as well as long. So like Jamie will let you know, like you could really feel it on your scalp. So it's going to grab every hair, and we're going to start molding the hair to how we want it to look. So you could take as much time as you need for this. And then the more you brush the hair into the shape that you want it, the more it's going to want to stay in that position. Slowly moving up to the crown of her head. There's that little flat spot in the back of your head. It kind of meets up with your nose. So your nose goes here and you meet up to this point. It's usually really flattering for every person. I'm done with the mason brush. Now I want to go in with something even finer. So I'm taking my rat tail comb. I'm gonna do the exact same thing just to get rid of any bumps and bring it as close to the scalp as possible. Now I'm going to be going in with my Stronghold hairspray. You can use any kind. I'm using the Joico one. It smells really good and it's very hardcore. So I'm lightly gonna be opening in sections and I'm really spraying it. We're soaking her in. We're trying to get it on the scalp, right? Because you don't want to just hit the top layer of hair, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's another problem that I definitely do. I don't do this. I really just put it at the top layer. That makes a lot of sense.
We're opening her up.
I think a lot of people, including myself, are just scared of using too much product.
For the snatch, if you really want it to last, you need to use a lot of product.
Yeah.
You almost want your hair to be wet at this point.
Wet with the product.
Wet with the product. I'm going to go in with this very densely packed brush right here. So this one is not going to go in between the hair. It's only going to go on top.
The finishing brush.
Yeah, this is going to help it get really, really smooth. Then next I'm going to be going in with a bungee. So instead of going around with an elastic, I find that this gets your hair extremely tight and you also don't have to ruin all the snatching you've done. So I've basically just taken a rubber band and I've attached 2 little bobby pins on it.
This is key, guys.
Yeah, this is gonna be really tight. You're gonna take one end of the bobby pin and you're just gonna tuck it in the hair. Then you're gonna take the elastic and you're gonna go around the head, wrapping as tightly as possible. You good?
Oh my God.
It's tight, eh?
It's so tight. How do these celebrities do it all the time?
I'm telling you, once you've wrapped it and you wrap it in the hair,
that's secure.
then you can go in with your tail comb. You could stick it in here, the roots, and then pull down if you feel like anything is popping out.
Oh, because that's the other thing. It's like, what if you do all this work, you tie it, and then there's like one part that's just not smooth?
It's a good trick. You just tuck it in, pull it down so that it's at the elastic. So the next step would be for the bangs. And now we're basically going to do the exact same process, going on the roots, layer by layer, and coating it with the Stronghold hairspray. Get it nice and saturated. And we're gonna start gently brushing it where we want it. This time we're gonna be extra gentle though, because we don't want to disrupt any of the underlayer that we've been doing.
Do you secure those front pieces with anything?
Yeah, so your bangs are short, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to secure with anything. So you have these ends right here.
Yeah.
That meet up with the ponytail.
Yeah.
You could turn to the side. So we have the snatch bits and then we have these ends. I'm gonna be going in with this elastic.
Okay.
I'm gonna be tying them in.
If you guys don't have a notebook out right now, rewind and take notes.
I like there to be a bit of a juxtaposition with the hair where this is really sleek, but then maybe the bun is gonna have some texture. Going in with my Moroccan Oil Dry Texture Spray, I am so obsessed with this.
Ooh.
So obsessed with it, you have no idea. It smells amazing, it works amazing, it adds a lot of volume to the hair, has good grip, but we're just gonna be putting that throughout her pony. 2 pieces. Tie it in a knot. Pull together.
Genius.
Yeah. And then it's good to set with pins as you're going so that things don't fall out. Another knot. Let's go with 2 knots. So yeah, I just went in, I did double knots and I left a little moment out here, a little playful, a little fun. You're done.
Thank you. Engagement ready. Another huge thank you to Maddie for doing my hair for this transformation. I'm obsessed. It's exactly what I wanted. Now I'm so excited to do my makeup to really complete this look. And honestly, I was very much inspired by that Bella Hadid photo. I kind of want to do something similar. So I think I'm going to start off first with the base. I just kind of want to get it out of the way. And my skin right now is feeling very, very dry. So I do want to prep it with a lot of hydrating products so that everything has the opportunity to actually sit nicely on my skin. So I'm going to start off first with my Vichy Mineral 89 Booster, just to give my skin a nice boost of hydration. And then I'm also going to put on a bit of a heavier moisturizer just because, again, I feel like I kind of need it. So I'm going to use the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Face Butter. I'm going to take a little bit though, nothing crazy since it is a little bit heavier. And layer that on top. So because this is more like a special occasion, I do want my base to be perfect. I want to look flawless, but I still want to look fresh and natural looking. I don't want it to look over the top, again, because that's just how I feel the most confident. So for my foundation, I'm going to use the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. This is my current favorite right now. It's so gorgeous, has a really beautiful glow, but it's full coverage, but it still looks natural looking. So it really checks all the boxes for what I'm looking for right now. But I'm first going to add a little bit of the Iconic London Radiance Booster in the shade Shell Glow before I go in with the foundation, just to add even more glow just on certain areas of my face, because again, I just want to be glowing. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of this, about that much, and I'm going to put this only on the high points of my face. I don't want my entire face to be overly glowy. I just want it right over here. And you can see that the glow is very, very natural looking. It doesn't really add anything too over the top or too crazy, but this is exactly what I want. So now I'm gonna go in with foundation. I just took about half a pump. I don't really wanna use too much, and the shade that I'm using is MN3, and the brush that I'm using is the MAC 170. And I don't really wanna apply too much because this is full coverage. A little bit will go a long way, which will also help with my skin not looking heavy. This foundation also lasts really, really well, especially in the heat. And again, I'm on the Amalfi Coast in this situation. I'm assuming it's a little bit hot. So this is going to wear beautifully in that type of weather. Really any type of weather. So like I said, for the eyes, I want something pretty simple, not too smoky, but I do want a nice shape to my eyes that's going to elongate and lift them. And I also want some shimmer. And I have these new M Cosmetics Cosmic Pearl Dewy eyeshadows that I'm so excited to try out. So I'm first going to prime my lids with a little bit of the concealer that I'm going to use. So this is my Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I just want a nice base for all of the eyeshadows to stick to. And I want to cancel out any discoloration that may be on my eyelids currently. For my powder eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Mel Cosmetics 27 palette just because this has a really nice selection of warm tone mattes, which is what I'm going for this particular look. And I'm going to start off with a really fluffy brush. This is my Smith 237, and I'm going to grab the shade Naked Sleep. I'm going to start by just buffing this into the crease of my eye, and then towards the outer corner of my eye and just bringing it upwards and kind of blending it towards the temple. This is really gonna help to lift the eye. Okay, so you can see it kind of gave my eye a little bit of shape. I do want some more shape to my eye though, so I'm gonna go in with a bit of a smaller blending brush. This is my Smith 235, and I'm going to use the shade One More Thing, which is kind of this like gray taupe, and I'm gonna mix it with a bit of Thick. Such an interesting name. And just place this right on the outer corner of the eye and also right on the outer part of the crease, just to add a little bit of depth right there. It's gonna be a very, very simple eye look. Simple but effective, that's what I'm going for. And that's about the amount of depth that I'm looking for with the powder eyeshadow. So now that that's applied, I am going to go in with the shimmery shade for the lid, and I'm very excited about this. So I think I'm gonna go with Luna. I'm kind of liking this more cool toned vibe. So I'm going to apply this with my finger. Ooh, texture's really nice. Kind of feels slightly creamy and powdery at the same time. Holy shit, looks very intense, which is what I want. Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh, these are not f***ing around. That looks incredible. And that's applying so well too and so full on. Holy crap. That's gorgeous. I'm just gonna take a blending brush and just buff along the edge just to smooth it out a little bit. And it's not really like shimmery, but it has this really intense glow to it, which I love. And because of that like creamier texture, it also has zero fallout, which is fantastic. This is beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. I'm very excited about these. I'm going to apply a little bit of eyeliner because I do want to add even more shape to my eye, but I don't want it to be super intense. I want it to be a little bit softer. So I'm going to go with a dark brown color. So I'm actually going to go with the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliner. This is such a good pencil eyeliner. It is more of like a gel formula, so it's pretty intense, but it's also very easy to blend out, which is what I'm looking for this look. So I'm gonna just very roughly kind of sketch out a wing on my outer corner and then quickly take a blending brush like this. This is my Sigma Domed Pencil E31 and use this to blend it out before it sets, because once this thing sets, it does not go anywhere, which is also what we want, but we want to make sure that we, you know, do what we need to do with it before that actually happens. So I'm kind of just pressing it towards the outer corner of my eye, right against my lash line to really get in there. And then I'm just following the shape of the eyeshadow. I'm just pulling it out a little bit, and it's not gonna look perfect, trust me. But now you wanna take your pencil brush and blend along the edge to really smoke it out and smooth it out, and it's also gonna soften it. And again, we don't have the concealer on yet, so this is really good because it'll make it look even more precise once we apply that concealer. But you see how that really subtly lifts the eye, but it's not super harsh. That's exactly what we want. Beautiful. Also, if you are nervous in any way, if you're like, oh my God, I'm getting engaged, this is crazy, the last thing you want to do is any type of precise eyeliner work unless you have nerves of steel. So something like this where you can be as messy as you want is kind of perfect. I'm really taking everything into consideration for this look, guys. I'm taking this very seriously. Again, it's a little bit messy on the outer corner, but I'm not worried about it because we're gonna clean it up right now. So I'm gonna go into my Lancome concealer. And this is pretty full coverage, so you don't need a lot. So I'm actually gonna go in with this flat concealer brush. This is my Katie Jane Hughes and Spectrum 06. And this is just gonna allow me to be very precise when blending this concealer out. Kind of just running the concealer on the brush along the edge of my eyeshadow, and you see how that just completely cleaned up that outer corner and made it look perfect. So to also like slightly brighten up other parts of my face, I'm gonna take another concealer. This is my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Creme Brulee Light 2.5. And I'm just gonna use a very small amount of this on a fluffy brush just to kind of highlight certain parts of my face. So down the bridge of my nose, center of my forehead, chin, and a little bit over here too. This isn't so much to add coverage because my face is completely covered pretty much, but it's really just to brighten and highlight. Beautiful. So now I'm gonna powder very lightly. I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in number 1 Fair. It's a little bit on the lighter side, which is what I want because I do kind of want to brighten things up just a little bit. I'm just gonna pat a little bit of this underneath the eyes to set everything in place, and also just on all the areas that I just put that concealer. So essentially just in the center of my face, just so things are locked down. But I'm not really putting powder anywhere over here because I really want to keep that glow going. So now that my under eyes are set, I'm gonna take a little bit of the One More Thing eyeshadow and just very lightly shade underneath my eyes. I don't really want to add too much smokiness. I just want to put something there just so it's balanced. And this color, because it's like a nice cool toned taupe, it's just going to nicely shape the under eyes. So now for my lashes, I'm going to curl them, and I'm also going to put on one of my favorite mascaras for like volume and length. The MAC Magic Extension is one of my favorites. I really want my lashes to pop. I'm not going to put on any falsies just because it's not really my thing. I don't love putting falsies on. So I'm just gonna apply the mascara instead. And this one also lasts pretty well. I can't say it would last through like a crying session, you know, if I got a little emotional, but I'd rather my lashes look good. Okay, before I move on to the rest of my face, I'm just gonna finish off my brows. So I'm going to first put a brow gel through. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel. This honestly is not my favorite brow gel. It's just kind of what I have on hand right now and next to me, but it does the trick. I just want my brows to be set in place and add a little bit of tint to them. Then I'm gonna go in with my brow pen. This is my MAC brow pen, and just put a couple strokes where I want my brows to be slightly more filled in. I'm using a brow pen just because it looks super natural and not overdone. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part of any look, which is the bronzing, contouring part, because this is what's really gonna transform everything and just pull everything together. Right now I'm kind of looking like a little bit flat. Again, especially since my hair is up, I really want this part to be pretty flawless. So I think I'm gonna do a cream and powder combo just for longevity's sake, because when you do layer creams and powders, they lock each other in and you're just gonna end up with a longer lasting color on the face. I think for my cream, I'm gonna go with the Makeup by Mario stick. I'm just gonna pat it where I wanna put the color, so right on my cheekbones, on my temples, a little bit on my forehead, on the jaw. I'm gonna use this brush over here. This is just a NARS bronzer brush, and I'm patting it. I'm not swiping or swirling because I don't wanna disrupt the foundation underneath. And it's also gonna keep the cream exactly where I want it. I don't want it to like go too low. And I'm also making sure to really blend it into my hairline. Again, my hair is up and I don't want any lines of demarcation. That will look really weird. So I'm trying to be gentle. I don't want to mess up Maddie's work, but I really need to blend it into the hair. It always is the most satisfying part of any makeup application for me. Like, look at that, cheekbones. Where did you come from? For my nose contour, I'm gonna take a small brush, something like this. This is my ColourPop E24. It's just like a dense shader brush. And just use this to lightly, very lightly shape the nose. I like don't want any visible lines. I just want a little bit of shaping just so it kind of matches with the rest of my face. I'm also gonna put some underneath my lip so that they look a little bit powderier. Gotta be a little bit careful with this technique because it could very easily transition into mustache territory. But if it's done just the perfect amount, it looks great. I'm actually gonna take my foundation brush though and just kind of blend along the bottom part of the contour just to make sure that it's not really in this part of my cheek. For my powder, just because I'm gonna use the other Makeup by Mario bronzing product. This is the Self Sculpt bronzer in the shade medium. And I'm gonna take a fluffy brush with this. This is my ColourPop F28 and just very lightly set the cream. I'm not really looking to add too much color here because the color is already there. It's really purely just to set it down. For blush, I have something in mind and I really hope this is gonna turn out nice. I'm gonna go in with more of a neutral cream blush. This is Gasp from NARS. It's one of the Air Matte blushes. It's kind of like a bronzier blush shade. And I'm gonna use this Sigma Blend Kabuki F81 to apply. This is exactly what I want. It kind of adds a little bit of color to the cheeks, but it mostly just sculpts it. I did apply this though a little bit poorly, so I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush again. I'm not applying any extra foundation. I'm kind of just blending along the edge of this blush, and that fixed it. It was a little bit scary for a second, but we're good. I'm now gonna go in with the Bare Minerals Bronzer in Kiss of Copper. This is really pretty because it's going to, again, just continue adding that warmth to the face. And it's also gonna add a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of color. I'm gonna take this NARS fluffy brush, just layer that on top of the blush. Really complements it really nicely. It's nice because we have warmth on the face, but cool tones on the eyes. And I find it offsets each other really nicely and makes each other pop. You would think that if you had cool tones on the eyes, then you should put cool tones on the face. But I actually find the opposite works better. As long as they don't clash, it's going to actually make the eyes pop and then make the cheeks pop too. Because when everything's the same, I find it doesn't really have that effect. So for the glow, we already have that nice glow from within look from the Radiance Booster, but I'm actually gonna apply more of this, but on top, just to kind of enhance the glow slightly. I'm gonna use it with my finger, just take a little bit of it and just pinpoint it right on the top of the cheekbone. So looking at my entire look now, I do kind of feel like the lower lash line is missing something. So I am gonna apply some mascara there, but I'm gonna use my M Cosmetics Pick Me Up because this is a tubey mascara and it's not going to smudge, especially if tears were involved. The makeup is pretty much done. The last thing we gotta do are the lips. And for the lip color, I'm thinking something natural and nude. Okay, well, I'm first going to line my lips with one of my favorite lip liners, Endless Cacao from Makeup Forever. This is the perfect pencil to shape the lips and make them look really full naturally, so that's what I'm going for. And then I'm gonna use my finger just to blend the color a bit. You see how that just instantly made my lips look 10 times bigger? Because it's literally like contour for your lips. That's why it's so good. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for this Pat McGrath lipstick in Dream Lover. It's a really, really pretty, more of like a pinky mid-tone nude. It's perfect. Love that. And then I am gonna apply a little bit of a gloss on top. I think I'm gonna go for Buxom White Russian. And we are done. The makeup is complete. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. I would be very happy if this was my makeup and I was getting engaged. So the only thing that's left to do is to put on my engagement outfit. This sounds so ridiculous when I say it out loud, but just play with me, guys. Here's the official before. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. So here's the final look, and I gotta say, guys, I feel fantastic in this outfit. I really want to go for an all white, all cream outfit because I'm a bride. So I have these faux leather cream pants, which are incredibly uncomfortable, very much not practical. I can't sit in them. So they look great, but like really would not be ideal. But again, this is my fantasy here. So we're just gonna pretend that they're perfectly comfortable, even though they're not. The top is also from Revolve. It's a bodysuit and it's completely open in the back, which I love. I just think it's so sexy. And I love little bows on the shoulder. I find this very bridal. And then the low cut front is a nice little touch as well. And then for my shoes, which unfortunately you can't see, are these Dior kitten heels. I really wanted to go for a nude pair of heels just to kind of complete the monochromatic look. And these are the only ones that I have in my collection, so that's why I put them on. But I think they look great with the outfit. I just love the whole monochrome-ness of this entire outfit. And then for jewelry, of course, we need to wear statement earrings because the hair is up. So these are from Jenny Bird and they're really pretty, just like gold statement hoops. And then I'm also wearing my little star necklace, which I was already wearing. I am definitely going out for dinner tonight. I cannot waste this hair and makeup. I will be changing the pants, absolutely, because I can barely sit down in them. Hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this little transformation and seeing how I went from definitely not looking like this to looking like this. It was really fun to do, and I would love to do more of these videos more often, just kind of doing a full hair, makeup, outfit transformation, just depending on the scenario that you guys give me. We can do something even more outlandish next time, something completely unrealistic. Let me know any suggestions that you may have in the comments. And also, if you want to share the story of how you got engaged, let's hear it in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already and want to see more from me. And don't forget to also hit the bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.